Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DGAZ. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past couple of days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like you this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. And as I talked about in yesterday's video, the reason I wanted to keep, I think this is now my 3rd day in a row doing this video analysis, but the reason I was continuing to watch it, even though it kept putting in new lows and new lows, is, these ones can bounce, and when they bounce very big, and, so far, from a percentage standpoint especially, a nice bounce is underway. So a lot of updates here need to be made. First thing I'm going to do is just a little house cleaning, so let me get rid of that line. Sure, that line still pertains, but from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing clutter and confusion because there's, lines all over the place. So let's try to keep this as straightforward as possible. First couple updates are both the same update, just at different areas, but they're both grounded in the same principle that in the world of charts, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So the first area I talked about, actually we'll talk about that second because that's more the important one, but the ideal level, so let's first make the update. Again, like I stated, when levels of resistance are broken, you want to see them act as support. And so far, so good. I mean, you could throw this one right into a textbook if you wanted to. Price broke above it this afternoon. You can see the price pulled back, and just a thing of beauty. Resistance acting as support. That is the preferable level, meaning if you say, Clay, what would make this chart look the best? Definitely if the price can stay up above the $4 mark. Don't get me wrong. If the price falls below 4, it's not game over or anything like that. It doesn't mean the entire chart's ruined, because that's where this next level comes into play down here at right around $3.30. Again, same exact principle. Resistances tend to act as support, but I would definitely consider this a must hold. Why would I say must hold? Well, hopefully we can agree on the logic that, if a price movement is genuinely powerful, has true strength behind it, it's going to keep progressing forward. I'm assuming I state the obvious when I say that, because of course if a price goes back to where it was, that's not a sign of strength by any stretch of the definition. So I'm not saying this will happen, but if the price were to come down here, do something like that, and then crack to the downside, what would that be doing to the price at that point in time? That would literally be putting the price right back inside of that area of the chart where it already was. Whereas let's say the price, if it were to come down there, but in this situation actually starts to work its way back upwards, well, what would you have in this set of circumstances? You'd have a set of lows there. You'd have these lows down there. If you picture each of those as stair steps, well, hey, the stair steps would still be progressing in the upwards direction. So that's why in my mind, like I said, right around 330, a very important level of support. Resistance standpoint, keep an eye on that purple line going into tomorrow. It's creeping its way downwards, getting more and more relevant. So keep an eye on that. But overall, at least in my opinion, top priority by far right now is just going through healthy consolidations and building higher lows, because as long as there's higher lows, then that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.